Hard90’s podcast. I'm Thomas Aguila. I'm here with Connor Curley and Logan Gear. Logan, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so today we want to talk about pressure, and one of the examples I'm going to give is Albert Pujols when he was about to reach his 600th home run. People were asking him, do you feel the pressure? Like when you feel to achieve that surmountable goal? And he said, no, I don't feel the pressure at all. It's a blessing. It's a blessing that I can go out there and achieve something that not a lot of people have achieved. And do you guys feel pressure sometimes in situations where runners are in scoring position, or if you have a test and you think that, oh man, I have an A, but if I don't get this, I'll probably end up at a B. Do you guys have feelings of pressure when it comes to that?
Yeah, I mean, like, everyone has pressure a lot of the time. I mean, it just feels like if you overplay that pressure and you overplay that situation, you're never going to really succeed. Like, you just need to always kind of just know that you can do it, but just don't always think about the outcome. Like, if there's, like, runners on scoring position, like you were saying, like, you don't want to just think about, like, oh, I'm about to walk, like, what happens if I walk off this game? How is everyone going to, like, react? What if I just strike out? What if I just don't get the job done? Just go up there with confidence that you're going to get the, like, you're going to execute. But, I mean, that's something that's, like, really hard for, I think, a lot of young athletes. You don't see it as much in the pros, because I feel like everyone's kind of, like, they all know they can do it, obviously, because they've been, like, the best players on their teams their entire lives. But I just think, like, for young players, it's hard for us to, like, fully understand that, because we haven't been playing the game at, like, a very high level for a long time. Obviously, like, travel teams, but even then, like, people are growing and just changing a lot. So it's just really hard to, like, know that you can actually do it.
Yeah, and sometimes I think people feel the pressure of social media too. Like, if they see someone on social media hit a walk-off and they're like, oh, I want to do that too, or I need to do that so I can get recruited, especially like high school kids. And during this time, I think for some high school kids, they just want to go out and play and they want to get looked at more. But I mean, sometimes it's just they don't really understand the effects of being out here still, since we're still in, I mean, Corona's still happening, and
yeah, I know.
We're in phase 2, and I mean, sometimes people just think that they need to put so much pressure on themselves right now, squeeze it into a time that's not really doable.
Yeah.
Whereas, I mean, they can still have fun and play the game.
No, exactly. Like, just like you were saying, like, social media, I mean, all the time you just see, like, the top prospects. That's, like, always what you see. You'll see, like, the top 10 guys, just nonstop highlights of them. And obviously, like, they're obviously both athletically just gifted, like, genetically, and then they just also worked really hard. So it's like that kind of, like, idea of you not being as good as them, it just always puts that, like, mindset that you're not good enough. Even though obviously, like, you don't need to be as good as them to be a great player, but, like, we always just want to be someone else. We never are, like, satisfied with who we are as a person. So it's like it's something you just need to always just focus on. You don't need to, like, focus on that. You want to, like, move away from that and just try to be, like, the best version of yourself.
Yeah, you want to detach yourself from the situations that you think that you can do, but I mean, you just have to see things as they are. And I think that's where a lot of people struggle in games, in the classroom, wherever. They need to separate themselves from what they can actually do. And I mean, that still brings out confidence, because you know what you can do, you know what you're capable of, and then you're able to achieve it. But when you see other things going around and you just base your success off of them, that doesn't really do much in the long run.
Yeah, I think a lot of people talk about pressure in, like, a negative atmosphere. I think in a lot of ways it is. I mean, there's pressure to do good in school, pressure to please your parents, please your teammates, but I think there's also a positive side of pressure, because, I mean, if you're not being pressured to do something, then you're kind of being stagnant and stale. So in some ways, pressure can help you kind of elevate to that next level, but it can also, it's degrading, because, I mean, you're comparing yourself to a bunch of other people, and you want to be as good as them, but you can't. So that's hurtful. But I think it's kind of like a yin and yang. It's got good and bad effects, but I think that for the most part, I think it's good, because if no one was pressured, then we wouldn't be having such great athletes that are in the major leagues in high school and everywhere. So I think pressure is a good thing.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like Coach Newcomb. We were all coached by Coach Keith Newcomb. and he's kind of known as being like a drill sergeant because he yells at us, but we know why we're being yelled at, and he's not just yelling at us just to yell at us. But one of the things that he told us was, it's a game within a game. Like, you have to see something, and if you want to do it, you have to make sure that you're able to step up and accomplish what you're doing. So I think it's just simply put in that aspect, okay, I need to do this. I mean, there probably is pressure on me, but how am I going to step up in order to accomplish it? How do I make this fun in a way for it to be a game within a game? So we're out here on the field. We just threw. Actually, Logan, you didn't really introduce yourself, have you?
No. So,
okay, go. Logan,
yeah,
go
so real quick. So my name's Logan, as Thomas already stated, but so I'm going to be a sophomore in the fall at Virginia Tech, and so a little background about me is I played at Fairfax here all 4 years, 3-time on varsity with Connor and Thomas. And then, so basically my main position the whole time was either pitcher, and then senior year I kind of transitioned to outfield after hurting my arm junior year.
Yeah. I mean, we're just in the bullpen on Jim Moeller Field, and there are a couple guys playing and they're hitting right now. I mean, we played Legion ball together last year, and it was one of the actual best experiences that we had playing baseball with one another, if not like the best experience we had in general, because we were able to go out there and play the game that we love without
like any pressure like you're saying.
It was a lot more relaxed. There was no pressure. It was like a breeze.
Yeah, and we had fun.
We were vibing.
Yeah, we were vibing. We had fun. We were winning, and we were just having fun while winning at the same time. It wasn't like we were out there to take the conference and no prisoners. It was just, we're out there with the boys. We're out there with people, with our own teammates, and with players that we played with before. And since that relationship was already there, since that bond was already there, we were able to do things like win easily and have fun while doing it.
Yeah, I think the team, honestly, was probably my favorite bit of the whole experience, just because, I mean, we've obviously played with the guys at Fairfax here like the last however many years, our whole lives basically. But like, it was like, once we got to high school and middle school, we kind of split up from our original like travel team, you know, like all the kids we played Little League with, because a lot of the kids ended up going to Woodson High School, another high school in our area. And so it was just really like a fun experience overall, just to be able to go out there every day and just play with those guys that we grew up playing with. It was just almost like we were little kids again, running around on the field. Yeah. But it's really like that kind of like that Sandlot kind of feeling, like
for sure, yeah.
At the end of the movie, you just kind of see like the whole team's there one last time. Like it all, like everyone starts to slowly fade away and go on with their lives. And that's kind of what it felt like with the whole season. I don't know. It just felt like it was like
you're making everybody sad.
It was just good. I don't know. Just to play with everyone again, because like that last game, I mean, when it was over, you just knew like you weren't going to play with those guys again. That was like the main thing going on through my head. I didn't really care at the end of the day that we won or we ended up losing the game, but I didn't end up caring about that as much. The fact that like we just never were going to play with those guys again. And I mean, it was a really fun experience the whole summer, so I don't regret it at all.
Yeah.
You know, it was right before we all went to college, so it was a good send off for sure. I think, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else I would have been doing that summer. So yeah, it was a great experience.
Yeah, it was a good send off. I mean, most of the guys were seniors. They were seniors last year.
Yeah.
I'm a year older than them. But I mean, we all just stick around with each other. Like what Logan was saying at the end of the movie Sandlot, how everyone was like disappearing at the end. I mean, for some of us, like for some of our teammates, that might happen with us, and like we might not communicate with them anymore. And I mean, that's just life. But at the end of the day, I mean, if you all come back together, like with us, I mean, I don't think we're gonna just totally drop each other off.
No.
I mean, that's the beauty about this. I mean, there's no pressure behind, we need to stay friends. We need to show everyone on social media that we're still friends. I mean, we're still going to stay friends because that's what this game has brought us. And
I mean,
it's just going to last.
Just the aspect of a team. Like, I mean, all of my closest friends are just from baseball. It just makes you such like a close group because you rely on everyone, and it's just you get to like so close to your teammates. I mean, it's with every sport, but it's just special. Something that like you're going to have those friends for the rest of your lives.
Yeah. Deal. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Hard90’s podcast with Connor Curley and me, Thomas Aguila. Follow us at Hard90’s podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Connor is at _Curly16 for Twitter and Curly L_19 for Instagram. That is KIRLEY. And me, Thomas Aguila, is at Aguila Thomas for Twitter and Tagila_21 for Instagram. That is AGUILA. Thanks once again for listening to the Hard90’s podcast. Always run through the bag.